love my kids, but I absolutely do not enjoy motherhood. From the age of 15 to now, I have never had the time to have a break. I am always responsible to do everything. The kids' fathers, they help when they want to help. But if it's not convenient for them, then it's left on me. I told my kid's father that I was mentally going through it. This nigga gonna say, oh, well, that's your fault. He leaves the kids off on me whenever he wants to. Whenever he can't find a babysitter, he leaves them off on me. And then he sits over there and he blames me.
This shit is not fucking easy. Like, it's hard enough motherfuckers gotta work every fucking day. But to have a child, and then you gotta work, and then you gotta just stay afloat, like, I can't make this up. Like, whoever that has no children, please. And if you want some, please stop the want. Because that shit gets so out of pocket sometimes to the point where it's just like, why? Like, I don't know how y'all gonna come to me about this, but it's just like, why couldn't I be the woman that couldn't have kids?
Imagine not wanting kids and everyone your whole entire life told you you're gonna change your mind, or once you have them, you'll love them. And then you follow their advice, and then you have a kid and you fucking hate it. I'm sorry, but that is not a game of Russian roulette that I am willing to play.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Cringe. Today we'll be talking about mothers who hate motherhood. A lot of women actually dislike motherhood, but they don't have the space to talk about it. And today we'll be talking about it.
Not everyone's gonna admit to this, but I hate being a mom sometimes, most of the time. I wanna be selfish. I want to put myself first. I want to put my mental health first. But with a child with special needs, it's like, where do I have the time? Where do I have the mental capacity? I'm going to flat out say it. I was not meant to be a mom, especially to a child with special needs. Like, no one tells you how patient you need to be. I have no patience. My anger issues is like a ticking time bomb. Like, it takes me so much to just hold it in until I can't anymore. And this is me when I can't.
Honestly, that's one thing about pregnancy that I find to be extremely scary, is the fact that you may not always have a quote like normal neurotypical kid, or someone that has like 10 fingers, 10 toes. Sometimes kids are different. Some kids have Down syndrome. Some kids like have like spinal issues. Some kids aren't born without limbs, right? And I absolutely understand why someone would want to keep these kids, because they think it's a blessing, right? And I would also understand why someone would potentially have an abortion, not want to keep these kids, because it's a lot of work and it becomes a mental strain on the mother as well. And imagine, mothers go through postpartum depression, they go through hormonal changes, all these things, and it can become a dangerous situation for both the mother and the child. Even this mom right now is saying, you know, it's really hard. Sometimes she gets really angry, but she's trying her best, but she doesn't like it. And I think it's okay to be honest and say that you don't like it, but at least you have steps, or hopefully there are steps to make it easier to live the life that, you know, they've chosen, or she's chosen in this case.
My son kept me up until 6 a.m. yesterday. I had 4 hours of sleep, if even that, with a pounding migraine because I haven't seen the dentist in a while and my tooth is just in excruciating pain right now. So there's that. This morning, I'm trying to have a good day. You know, I always try to be positive, but it's so hard. I made him waffles, something that he likes, waffles and syrup. Didn't want to eat it. Instead, he wanted cheesy bread. Okay, so I heated up the cheesy bread. Did not want it. Like, I literally went into the kitchen last night because I was so frustrated and just started banging my head on the cabinet because I just cannot. I really, really do applaud all of the mothers out there, mothers period, and the mothers to children with disabilities, mostly, because you know what, it's so hard when the government doesn't give a fuck about autistic kids. The funding some people have waited a decade for, and these kids need therapies, and those therapies aren't cheap. So it's like you're playing a waiting game if you can't afford the therapies, which are like $150 an hour. Yeah, like I'm just really at my wit's end.
You think it's gonna be perfect after the baby's born, a couple sleepless nights. But yes, other things can happen. Your kid could have a disease, a special need therapy, speech therapy, physical therapy, all type of shit. Okay, PTSD, everything. Okay, and I think it's not saying it's easy to deal with when the kid's young, but it's really hard, I think, to get help as an adult because people think it's your problem to deal with. And when you have kids who need special assistance, it's really hard for them to function as adults, and they need a mom forever, they need a dad forever, they need a support system forever. And having that foundation, it can be so important to, you know, support them as best as possible for any child. She said it's expensive, she's having a hard time, all these things. Again, I don't know if she's a single mom, but I can only imagine.
I love my kids, but I absolutely do not enjoy motherhood. From the age of 15 to now, I have never had the time to have a break. I am always responsible to do everything. The kids' fathers, they help when they want to help. But if it's not convenient for them, then it's left on me. I told my kid's father that I was mentally going through it. This nigga gonna say, oh, well, that's your fault. He leaves the kids off on me whenever he wants to. Whenever he can't find a babysitter, he leaves them off on me. And then he sits over there and he blames me. It's always my fault when he can't find a babysitter. So I'm always taking an L when it comes to jobs, just about anything. My life does not matter. My schedule doesn't matter to him at all. If you truly do not want kids and a man wants kids, don't do it. Because then at some point you're going to really regret it. We're not going to say you're going to hate your kids. But if you're not ready for all the responsibility that comes with being a mom, and just in case he leave you alone, do not have any kids. I am so stressed out, as you guys can see. Look at my eyes. This shit is not fun.
She said two important things for me that I'm walking away with. The first thing is whether or not you want a child as a woman and the man wants a child, be prepared to have full responsibility and take on responsibility for that child's well-being if the man is not around. Okay, because a man can freaking leave you, and all of a sudden, yes, it is your responsibility. And yes, any parent can leave. The mother can leave, the father can leave, anybody can leave. But a lot of times, it's the man that leaves. And yes, they leave because potentially they never wanted the kid. But anyways, this is not the time to talk about why the parent leaves. But yes, a lot of men do leave, and it's the mother's responsibility to do everything. They become a single mother, right? It's exhausting. And the second thing is, even if like the man says, oh yeah, he wants a kid and you don't want a kid, make sure he's the type of man that would actually be a good father, meaning he's not gonna leave your ass when you are tired of motherhood. Because like she said, she does look tired. She absolutely does look tired. And I would hate it too if I couldn't have structure in my life where I couldn't have a job to support myself, you know, a babysitter to ease me away from the child if I needed time to do work or just find myself something. I would be stressed too. Abso-freaking-lutely. So I understand her pain. And this is why a lot of people don't want to have kids.
You know, I really feel for people that really don't have like a real strong village. Like, this shit is not fucking easy. Like, it's hard enough motherfuckers gotta work every fucking day. But to have a child and then you gotta work and then you gotta just stay afloat, like, I can't make this up. Like, whoever that has no children, please. And if you want some, please stop the want. Because that shit gets so out of pocket sometimes to the point where it's just like, why? Like, I don't know how y'all gonna come to me about this, but it's just like, why couldn't I be the woman that couldn't have kids? Because if I would have knew that my journey was gonna be like this, I would have just rather wanted than to have. Like, this shit ain't cool. Like, at times, like, and then when you single, it's so disgusting. Like, Why? I just don't understand why men just be out here dropping these kids off on women, and then y'all just think that we supposed to just do it all, like fucking all, like. It's just not cool, man. Like, for real. I fucking hate it here. I fucking hate it here. Like, I really wish that I couldn't have did it. Like, if I would have known, like, and then I really hate too that I had old school parents where it was like, oh, you gotta get married and then, you know, have kids. Even in my fucking marriage, like, this shit is a scam. Like, all this shit is a fucking scam. Like, kudos to you bitches that found a man that'll never leave you, that'll never leave you out here. But this other shit, it be so draining. It's so fucking draining. Even when you trying to make life just more comfortable where you are just okay. Like, the shit's not okay. The shit's not okay. And I don't come on social media for no fucking attention, but this shit is trash. Like, this shit is fucking trash, and I just hate it so fucking much. If I could do it all over again, I probably would have just did what the fucking doctor told me to do, and that was to get an abortion.
Why would the doctor say get an abortion? Like, was she a young mom? Why would the doctor say get an abortion? Guys, I do not know how this works. Please let me know down below why a doctor would say get an abortion. For what reason? Like, she hasn't, again, I don't know if her kid's special needs, if she was like underage, but like, are those even valid reasons for the doctor to say you should get an abortion? Can a doctor even tell you get an abortion? They can only tell you what like your options are, and you choose. Bro, this is running my mind right now. This is running my mind. Sometimes I see a lot of moms who are just winning. They're just perfect. I'm like, wow, you're such a great mom. Like, you got this shit figured out, like, from point A to B. Like, you know what the kid's gonna do from January to December, and then the next year. You know everything. Like, you're so inspiring. And it can be that easy, but it requires discipline, right? And self-control. And we're human. Sometimes we get out of control. I understand that. We all understand that. She's saying she's not coming here for attention. It doesn't feel like she's seeking attention. It just seems as if she's just wanting a space to say that motherhood is hard. And that's, again, my intention for this video, to just say that motherhood is hard. But to say that she wishes she doesn't have the option, yes, hindsight is 20/20, but life is just about a bunch of decisions that we make, and it can get better. It can get better, and I'm believing that because I hope my life gets better too. And it does get better. But no, if I learn tomorrow that I don't have the option of having a child, I would seriously consider adoption. But I hope to have the option because I think it's just such a blessing to be a mom, but absolutely 1,000,000% one of the hardest jobs in the entire world, especially when you're doing it alone without a village.
Talk a little bit about your journey, your experience as a mother that has led you to the conclusion of like,
I love my sons who are adults, 28 and 33. However, I have not enjoyed motherhood. So as we talked about real quick on our live, I was like, my experience as a mom has not been easy. So first of all, I started out as a teen mom. That's difficult in itself. My son's father never really played a part in his life. We were both in high school, so he went on to live his life and move around the cabin, and I had to shift my life. Then I got married. I was in an abusive relationship and then got a divorce. So I have experienced so many different things as a mom that have not been joyous experiences for me. So, like I said, there are some joyous moments. However, it has been very, very difficult for me. And funny enough, it's been harder having adult children than it has been when they were younger.
The things that happen in a mom's personal lives, or just the things that happen to a mom, affects how they show up as a mother, right? How they show up for this child. So she just said she had abusive relationships, and this was all happening while she was a mom. Not because she was a mom, but she was a mom, so she had a responsibility to her children, and then she was also having difficult times surrounding, and yes, that affected how she showed up for her children, and affected perhaps a lot of the decisions that she made, how she made decisions, which made motherhood hard and probably made it difficult for her because she felt restricted. I 1,000,000% believe that a lot of mothers feel restricted in a lot of ways because their child is at the top of their head. Maybe just parents in general, like good parents, their child is at the top of their head. They have love, they just want the best, and even if they want the best, they have their own shit that they're going through, right? They have their own stuff that they're going through, and they want to have, like, parents want to have their own lives too.
I'm actually scared. I don't know if I want to be a mother anymore. Growing up, I've always wanted to be a mom, but the older I got, the more I understood the world, the worse the world got. I'm starting to change my mind. I feel like a lot of women were lied to about what motherhood really was. Growing up, we thought it was peaches and roses because a lot of women, they didn't feel a space to feel comfortable enough to say how they really feel about motherhood because they were so severely judged. But now that we have the internet, we've seen the truth. A lot of women are coming out with the truth and they're saying, no, this is not what you thought it was. Also, the older I get, I didn't know how demanding motherhood is. The kind of person I am, I need breaks. I need mental breaks. When I'm sick, I like to go in my room and lock myself in the room and close the door. And then other mothers, I hear them talking about the constant worry when they go to daycare and the constant worry when they're not in their possession. I'm already an anxious person. And it's such a beautiful thing to be a mother. I help women become mothers, and I myself don't know if I want to be one. Anyway, I had to express my feelings. Kind of makes me sad. I love children, but mentally, I don't know if I could deal with that in the capacity that it takes to be a mother. And I salute to all mothers because, oh my God, what a job.
Serious consideration, the pros and cons to every gig, right? Pros and cons to every job, every career, every life choice. I've considered these same things, but again, to these cons, what I've realized is that with the boundary, with the structure, you can actually get through. There's this one mom on TikTok, her daughter's name is Amelia, and every single time, like, the mom will, like, make plots with her daughter to make sure, like, they do something in, like, the evening if the mom doesn't want to, like, cook or something, or Amelia wants something specific, she'll like plot with her daughter and like tell the daughter, like tell the dad, and it's the cutest. I don't know how old the daughter is. I think she's probably like less than 3, honestly, and she's so smart.
I kind of want to have some me time later, so when daddy gets home, you say, Daddy, I want to go on an ice cream date with you. Make sure the date is there and the with you is there, because mommy's not going. You and daddy are going on a date. You got it? Daddy opens the door, you say,
Dad only got an ice cream date with you. Daddy, I want to get an ice cream date with you. Dad only got an ice cream date with you. Dad, can
we both win.
Ice cream? Want to get ice cream tonight? It's cold out.
They're the cutest. And also, this mom talks about burnout. I know social media is just like a glimpse into something, sometimes not true or part of the truth, but this mom talks about like wanting personal time, having that mom burnout, and then like communicating to her kid like, mommy needs a space right now. Mommy needs space right now. I'm such a believer in recognizing kids' agencies, seeing them as people, seeing that their brains are developing, their eyes are shaping and forming understanding, and their eyes are influencing their understanding and helping them form understanding if they have sight, hopefully. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. All their senses. Anyways, and if you can communicate with them clearly, it becomes so much easier for them, because a lot of people experience burnout. The teachers that they'll have in school experience burnout. Maybe they'll have female teachers who have like monthly period pain, so like their their moods will change, all these things. It's so important to be honest with your child. You don't have to tell them, oh, mommy lost their job, so we not gonna know how we gonna find rent next month. But you can say, you know what, like, currently we have a lot of responsibilities to figure out, but we will work towards like getting you a new toy by implementing a weekly, like, you know, 10-cent savings program until next, you know, something that is tangible. I sound like a good mom. I'm just even listening to myself. I'm like, wow, I'm such a good mom. I'm not in the mamas yet, but just implementing things. And motherhood is more than just like getting pregnant. That's just pregnancy. That's just the creation period. Then you have the whole, like, when the baby's out, you have like, it's kind of a blank canvas, because the spirit is like in there in the baby's form and they're who they are, but you can like help them, shape them, mold them. Parents have such an impact on the child's life. Like, yes, if you don't know how to manage your stressors, the kid is not going to know how to manage their stressors. If you don't know how to communicate, the kid is not really going to know how to communicate unless they are highly gifted. So knowing who you are as an individual, being able to take time for yourself, but also like finding that for your kid is so important for, like, I think, a home life balance. And I've seen parents do this and it's great. And sometimes we all need a break. Okay? Guys, let me know what you think of this video down below. Are you a mom? Do you regret motherhood? Do you know someone who regrets motherhood? I'm definitely gonna make more of these videos. I've talked about this topic before, but I think that it's become more popularized in an open space where people are sharing their honest feelings, and I'm here for it. Mothers should talk about their feelings that they experience, their depressions, their ups and downs, the blues, everything. Mothers lose kids, you know, so many things happen. Guys, I'll see you in my next one, and thank you so much for watching.